All right, welcome back, scholars. Today we're going to work on building out our shop in terms of specifically adding more buttons or more options for our shop to upgrade our clicker. So let's take a look at what we have for the +1 here. And these two lines of code here basically explain when it switches to the game, we're gonna hide the button, and when the backdrop switches to shop, we show it obviously. And then when this sprite is clicked, we check if points is greater than 50 or equal to 50, and that's the conditional statement we're checking. And if that's true, everything within this section will run. We're gonna deduct 50 points. We're gonna change the click value by 1, and we're gonna say upgrade complete. So as you can see now, I have 251 points. I can basically do this upgrade about 5 times. And as you can see, 50 was subtracted. So I have 201 points, and now the click value is 3. So I can do this a few more times. And as you can see, I have 1 point left. But now, when I try to run this upgrade again, it says not enough points. Why? Because points is less than 50. And this section is going to run. Your job today is to create additional buttons, and I'm gonna allow you to decide on what exactly it's gonna be the cost and what the upgrade is going to be. The easiest way of doing this is by doing a 2-finger click, and you're gonna get this option, and then we're going to do select duplicate. And now we have 2 of these buttons here, right? And we're going to basically make a change to the one we just duplicated, or the one we just created, to something different. Ideally, the best approach is to go under costumes and make the change here. And let's say we do +2 on the clicker, and this is gonna be 100 points. Let's say 150 points. Now, as you can see, back to the code, I have these two buttons, and this is the one I just updated. And I have to make sure that I'm selecting the correct one, and I'm gonna make the changes. Now, since this is worth 150 points rather than 50, I have to update this here and here. So if points is greater than 150 or equal to 150, great. I am going to subtract the 150, and then the click value is gonna be worth 2 based on this. And I can update my message as well. +2 upgrade complete. And we're gonna test this out to see. Let's get up to 150. Fantastic. Test it out. +2 upgrade complete. My click value is 9, before it was 7, so everything's working out perfectly. So your job now is to create you should have a total of 4 of these plus a certain amount of number to your clicker. And as you can see, we have several buttons going on here, and it's probably a good time to start naming these. So if you click on the button and then name the shop, click on this one, just name it appropriately. This is return, this is +1 clicker, and then this is +2 clicker. And the reason why we're doing this is that we're gonna end up creating so many buttons in this game that it just makes things easier when you're looking down here to identify the actual button you want to take care of. All right, so now that we have, and let me just duplicate this a few more times so it's clear that you guys have to work on this. So the next thing that some students were requesting is a clicker per second, or points per second, I should say, that it automatically adds points without clicking anything after each second, right? So in order for us to do this, we need to keep track of this value, and because of that, we need to create a variable. So we're gonna head over here, and we're going to type points per second. And we have I'm just gonna move it over here so I have space. And with that said, we have to head over to the clicker and set points per second to 0. And then create a button for it. So I am going to click over here, head over here, use the appropriate text. I'm actually gonna make this orange so it's different. And this is gonna be +1 click per second. And I have to resize this tremendously so it fits within the button. And these two colors are pretty similar, so it's difficult to read, so I'm just going to change this to a lighter color. That's much better. And we're also gonna place the value. Let's say this is worth 500 points. Okay, and change the color of this. Let's see if we can find something. Oh, that's easy to read. All right, great. So we have our button for 1 click per second, and we're gonna head over to the code and start building this out. So this is gonna be very similar to this. So you could have easily made a copy, but I'm just gonna drag each of these lines or groups of code over here so I have it here. Okay, so at this point, when the sprite is clicked, and the point is going to be 500 now, so we have to make that change here. We're going to subtract 500. And instead of click value, we're going to change it to points per second. We're going to change it by 1 because it's +1 points per second. And we're going to give the appropriate +1 message. So we're going to do +1 click per second upgrade complete, and not enough points, right? So let's test it out and see if it works. Not enough points, not enough points. All right, so let's go up to 500 and then run the upgrade and see what happens. All right, great. So we purchased it for 500. 500 points were deducted, but I see that points per second equals 1. But it's not updating, right? It's not updating each second. So we have to add another set of code under the basketball so that it updates appropriately. So what we have to do is, let's add another event, and this will run when the green flag is clicked, and we're gonna do a forever loop. And then we're going to check an if statement. If we're going to do points per second is greater than 1, or greater than 0, right? Then we're going to update points. So we're going to do change points by points per second. So what this is basically doing is, as soon as we run the green flag, it checks if points per second is greater than 0. And if it is, then we're just going to update the points by the value of points per second every 1 second. So we have to put the 1 second in there. If not, it's going to update it very, very quickly. It's going to run this tremendously fast, but if we have that wait 1 second, it'll do it after each second. So Let's check this out again. Let me get up to 50 points. Actually, let me just go. Yeah, let me go 50 points. Buy this. Just run a few upgrades so we can get to 150 quickly. Okay, let's go straight to 150 now. And as you can see right now, we do not have points per second and it's not updating, but when we run this, it was actually 500. So let's do this a few more times. Actually, let me just update this way. Okay. All right, this is like a quick hack to just make sure to test it out, make sure it's working properly. We run a few upgrades quickly so you can get to 500 right away. Move this over here and get this out the way. Okay, I should get to 500 quickly now. All right, perfect. So we're gonna put this back. The click per second, 500 points. What we should see is 500 subtracted from 550. We're gonna get 50, and then this is gonna turn to 1, and then eventually this will be updating once every second. There you go. There we have it, right? That's exactly what we wanted, and then when we go back, we can still run, press the clicker, and so we have the click value going, or points per click, and then we also have points per second here, right? So great job. I can't wait to see what you guys build out. Your job is, for the next few sessions that we meet, your shop should be completely filled with about 9 different button upgrades, and after this we'll take a look at how we can improve the animation of the click, and also maybe a different shop for different costume changes as well. Change the appearance of our clicker. So with that said, great job you guys, and I look forward to see what you guys come up with.